Hello everyone, welcome to Conf42. This is Nageswara Nelloru, working as a lead guideware developer at Market Technology Solutions, having 20 years of experience, mostly in financial services. I am glad here to speak about platform engineering security in financial services. Security is a critical and constantly evolving topic within the financial services industry. Financial services face a perfect storm of threats in 2025, from sophisticated AI-powered attacks. Uh, the primary security threats, phishing and social engineering, ransomware, insider threats, third-party and supply chain risks. How we are going to provide security in financial services? Build resilient multi-tenant infrastructure that balances unprecedented security demands with rapid innovation for financial institutions migrating to cloud native architectures. The agenda is evolution of platform security from traditional infrastructure to self-service ecosystems with zero trust architecture. Multi-tenant architecture, isolation boundaries, service mesh technologies, and secure by default configurations. Container orchestration, microservices, Kubernetes security strategies, admission controllers, and runtime monitoring. Security as a code, it will deals about GitOps workflows, policy as code frameworks, and pipeline integration. Identity management and observability, access controls, threat detection, complaints about automation, and the developer experience as well it considered. The evolution of platform security. Modern platform engineering has transformed from traditional infrastructure management to creating sophisticated self-service ecosystems that empower development teams while maintaining strict security controls. Financial services organizations face unique challenges, stringent regulatory requirements, protection against sophisticated cyber attacks, absolute data integrity requirements, need for business agility as well. Multi-tenant architecture security at core. Multi-tenant architecture in financial services require careful consideration of isolation boundaries, data segregation, and access control. Beyond namespace separation, implementing sophisticated microsegmentation strategies that create defense in depth at every layer of the stack. Service mesh technologies enabling fine-grained traffic control and encryption of all inter-service communication within mutual transport layer services and policy-driven access control systems. Developer abstraction, creating golden paths that guide developers towards secure by default configurations while providing escape hatches for legitimate exceptions. This approach transforms security from a blocker into a enabler of innovation. Service-based technologies have emerged as a cornerstone of secure multi-platforms in financial services, enabling fine-grained traffic control, precise routing and loading, balancing between services with comprehensive policy enforcement, and end-to-end encryption, mutual TLS for all service-to-service communication, ensuring data confidentiality and integrity. When you are using encryption and description, make sure it will follow the patterns while transforming the data from one system to other system, from starting to ending. Portable security policies. Security policies that travel with workloads, ensuring consistent protection regardless of deployment location. It has to follow the same workloads and ensuring the consistency protection regardless of the deployment locations. Wherever it is transmitting, it has to follow the rules and regulations. Container orchestration security. Uh, Comprehensive security strategy. Kubernetes has become the De facto standard for container orchestration in financial services. If we see all the organizations, they are following the Kubernetes with the microservice nowadays. But its flexibility demands careful security considerations. Platform engineers develop strategies that address every aspect of the container lifecycle: image scanning and vulnerability management, secure configuration and deployment, protection and monitoring. They are using CLOB and BLOB for the image scanning and all. Nowadays, the document systems came, so it will load the huge volume of data into their systems, and with the runtime, they can able to provide the corresponding document. Admission controllers enforce policies that prevent insecure configuration from entering production. If you see that admission controls here, we can provide the roles and groups and roles where based on that only the particular access it. Runtime monitoring, detecting anomalous behavior that might indicate compromise. Proactive, transforming security from reactive incident response to predictive threat prevention. Admission controllers serve as a critical gatekeepers in financial services platforms, enforcing policies that prevent insecure configuration from entering production environment. One is layered evaluation. Each and every layer have the specific validations to make sure it will 100% the test cases will pass. That way they are going to implement. Checks everything from resource limits to security content, ensuring workloads meet organizational standards. Policy enforcement automatically rejects non-compliant workloads and provides clear feedback mediation steps so that it will on those non-compliant workloads. Audit trails because all validation for complaints, reporting and security analysis so that if something happens, they can go back to the history and they will verify it to track the where it is violating. GitOps and security as a code. In the DevOps systems, everywhere they're using the GitOps. So GitOps workflows has revolution how platform teams manage infrastructure security in finance services. Infrastructure as code, treating rigorous review process, policy as code, codifying security requirement in ways that machines can enforce and humans can understand. Progressive security gates, validating configurations before changes reach production environment. Secure scanning, integrating vulnerabilities and compliance scanning throughout the deployment pipelines. If you have even major critical minor info level, all security vulnerabilities, making it as zero and providing so that the security, most of the securities will get resolved as 99.99%. This codes editable, repeatable deployment patterns that eliminates configuration drift and ensure consistent security controls. Identity and access management at scale. Managing identities across complex financial services ecosystems require sophisticated approaches that balance security with usability. Identity lifecycle management, automatically provisioning and deprovisioning access based on the authoritative sources. Attribute-based access control, evolving beyond role-based models to consider context for fine-grained permissions. Machine identity management, implementing robust patterns for managing services accounts, API keys, passwords, and other non-human identities. Observability and incident response. Modern platforms generate enormous volumes of telemetry data, and platform engineers must build systems that transform this data into actionable security intelligence. In distributed tracing, providing visibility into complex request flows, enabling teams to understand not just what happened, but why and how. Security information and event management, creating unified views and correlate platform event with security signals, drastically reducing detection and investigation time. Automated response, implementing workflows that contain threads while gathering forensic evidence for data analysis. What are the compliance automations? Meeting regularity requirement efficiently. Financial services organizations face complex regularity requirements that traditionally required manually processes and extensive documentation. Platform engineers are automating complaints through continuous monitoring and evidence collection, automated assessment against regulatory requirements, comprehensive audit trail generation, immutable records for investigation and verification. This set from uh, point-in-time models to continuous compliance provide better security platform while reducing and cost and effort of regulatory agents. Developer experience security without friction. So the most secure platforms provides no value in developers can't use it efficiently. Platform engineers focus intensively on creating developer experiences that make secure choices the easy choices. Self-service capabilities enabling developer to provision resources quickly while automating policy enforcement ensures security requirements are met. Golden passing, guiding developers toward well-architected solution without constraining innovation through templates, examples, and automated toolings. Feedback loops, monitoring how developers interact with platform capabilities and where friction occurs to continuously refine offerings. This approach allows developers to focus on business logic rather than infrastructure concerns. Building for the future evolutionary architecture. The threat landscape and regulatory environment continues to evolve, requiring platform architectures and can adapt without wholesale reconstruction. Platform engineering build evolutionary architecture through modularity and clear interfaces, comprehensive testing, chaos engineering practices, updatable security controls as well. Chaos engineering for security reliance. Chaos engineering practices help platform teams understand systems behavior and stress relevant weaknesses before attackers can exploit them. One is controlled experiments, failure injections, observability analysis, security hardening. The path forward. Platform engineering security in financial services represent a critical discipline that continues to evolve rapidly. Success requires balancing completing demands. One is security and usability, creating security systems that developers can efficiently utilize. Second is compliance and agility, meeting regulatory requirements while enabling rapid innovation. So it won't lead further complexions, standardization and innovation, providing consistent patterns that don't constrain creative solutions so that it will be adaptive and standardization so that it will be easy to use in the financial security systems. Present and future, addressing current threats while building adaptable architectures whenever we are adding that current threads, if you are considering it, she has to support for the feature also to restrict as well. By embracing security as a fundamental platform capability rather than add and feature. Platform engineering teams positioning their organization for success in an increasingly complex digital landscape. Thank you all for giving me the opportunity.